What's up, guys? This is Ray J back with another video. And in this one, I want to break down what's happening with SPY, Tesla, and the broader markets. I'm going to break down some important factors involving the European sales that just came out and what's happening with the share prices. We're seeing some buyers trying to defend Tesla. Just know that I am not a financial planner, so take nothing I'm saying as financial advice. And also, if you guys can, please check out my Moomoo link that's down below or sign up with my QR code that's right over here. If you sign up for Moomoo, deposit $100, you're going to get $20 of free Nvidia stock. If you deposit $2,000, you're going to get $50 worth of the stock. Deposit $10,000 to get $300 worth, and deposit $50,000 to get $1,000 of free Nvidia. You're also going to qualify for an 8.1% APY on invested cash. And the offer ends very soon, so use my link down below to get those free Nvidia shares. Anyways, as far as Tesla's going, as you guys can tell, we have this bull flag breakout, and we're still looking very bullish. But Tesla came down a bit with Nvidia's earnings. We ended up retesting 345. I also mentioned that we could be going as low as 342 points, or almost like 343-ish. That's very close to where the 20 EMA was. But we actually have been trying to bounce since, so it came a little bit short of our targets. Now it's going to try to retest 350 because the market is bouncing. Nvidia is trying to bounce. And if we could hold above 350, the highs could be once again retested from yesterday. And then if that breaks, we could be looking for an attempt to make new highs for 358 to the 360s. Now, the reason why we came down initially is because of Nvidia's earnings. They did very, very well at everything, beating on EPS and revenue. Net income was strong. But the problem was the Chinese sales are very uncertain. There's lots of uncertainty about what's happening in China. We're not too sure about what's going to happen with their sales as we're waiting for regulations and such. And then without the Chinese sales being included, their guidance is a little bit lackluster. They can't really give us numbers on that as we're waiting for a lot of different things. Now, that's the reason why, we got this sell-off. We could have even dipped a little bit more, but now overnight, the market's trying to bounce, and Tesla could try to bounce as well if we hold above 350. Just as a reminder, SPY, the QQQ actually came down quite a bit. We came very close to my 642 target on SPY, and now we're bouncing. So we're going to see if we continue to push from here. And Nvidia, we had mentioned that Nvidia is doing okay because we didn't lose critical support. We never did on Nvidia. We also have non-broken critical resistance. We're still in the middle. We start off with this big tip line to make a full V-shaped move. So Nvidia is almost back to green. That's a good sign, at least so far. So we're going to talk about the other charts in just a few minutes. Let's talk about Tesla news real quick, then I'll break down other things. So Tesla is once again planning on launching its Cybertruck in South Korea for $103,800. And they're once again trying to advertise it as very futuristic and such. So that's some good news, I would say, for them, but we're going to see how things end up doing. They're also going to be, once again, collecting orders in a strict window between August 29th and September 4th, with deliveries to be expected later this year. So it's going to take them a while to actually deliver them and such. And then a big piece of news is also the European sales. So in Europe, new car sales rose 5.9% in July, but unfortunately, Tesla lost the market share for the seventh straight month. Because once again, there's a lot of competition, and also because of other hurdles that Tesla's still facing. Right, we're still seeing that. So let me go all the way down here. Tesla sales are down 40%. Unfortunately, the market share is only 0.8%. It used to be 1.4% a year ago, and the EU sales are actually up quite a bit. Even the battery sales are up quite a bit as well. So the electric sales are up, but Tesla sales are down in Europe, unfortunately. Roland also posted this, that in Europe, 2.7 thousand Tesla sales were reported in the August 18th through 24th week. This is up 31% week over week, but overall, we're still down 9.4% year over year. And year to date, we're also down 21% in Europe. That includes the major European countries from the UK to Denmark, and the list goes on. So it's unfortunate, right? European sales are still kind of lackluster, but hopefully we make a comeback as time goes on. Our GDP numbers came out. They were technically a little bit above expectations. This is also helping the market bounce to some extent. Tomorrow we have PCE data. It's going to be the next major catalyst. And besides that, there's not really much else coming out for today. We just have a couple of bill auctions later on. Initial jobless claims is also not too bad. Very close to expectations. So once again, not too bad. Nvidia, once again, is very resilient, but the Chinese sales were kind of lackluster. It's still bouncing despite the initial dip. And then keep in mind, we just got some earnings from Dollar General and Best Buy. They're beating expectations. Later on, we have Alibaba tomorrow. So, with that being said, what's happening to Tesla? The market's bouncing, right? And if you want to be a bear on Tesla, it's quite simple. You need to get back below the green line over here that's currently at 343.8. I did think that we would probably like test this and then bounce. We actually came a little bit short of the green line right there. So if you're a bear, you want to see 343.8 break, and we're going to start dipping. But if we hold above 350, if we hold 350, we could be looking for an attempt for 355 again, and eventually break down for the 360s. That's going to be the more bullish case. But I want to see Tesla hold 350 plus. Let's see 350 hold. If we hold above 350, we could consolidate and then slowly try to push for 355 again and try to bounce. There is potential in Tesla to try to bounce, but I need to see us hold 350. If we fail, though, and we end up losing 345, we could retest 343. And if that fails us, we're looking for 340. I favor 350 is going to be tested. There's going to be some consolidation. And if the market bounces, we could try to go higher. But we need to see 350 hold, at least for now. I want to see 350 hold. If so, we're looking for 355. The 4-hour close, I think, matters a lot. If we close above 350 on the 4-hour, then yes, Tesla could be trying to bounce temporarily. For SPY, notice that we're also bouncing. We're up 0.1% right now. If we lose, okay, the first level is going to be around this 646 area, but I think the more important support's at 645. If 645 fails us, we could be dumping lower. But then we also want to break this resistance at 647.5. If we could hold above 647.5 on the 4-hour close, I think we might attempt to go for 650. So I think we test 647.5, but I'm not sure if we break it. Hopefully we try to break it, then we start pushing higher. We will see, just to be safe, how well we hold up. So be very mindful of that. The triple Q is balancing thanks to Nvda. Now, if we lose 571, we could be dipping, but as long as we're above 574, we need to break that resistance and start breaking out for essentially 576. So hopefully we start pushing higher. I think we're holding up very well. The IWM is looking more bullish as long as we don't lose 235. We're favoring 238 then 240 as our targets. ES is looking more bullish. We have 6,500 as resistance. We got to break that to push for 6,520 plus. If we lose 64.76, this could start turning back down to 64.58. Those are going to be your two supports. As long as we're above 64.76, we're favoring new all-time highs. So we still look bullish on ES. NQ looks bullish, forming a cup and handle. If we lose 23,400, it would be a bad sign. We did dip yesterday, like we were talking about, but then we just made a full bounce overnight. So I want to see 23,680 kind of like break. If so, we're looking for an attempt for 23,750. There is upside potential nonetheless. Bitcoin has an inverse head and shoulders. As long as we don't lose 112,000, we're going to be favoring essentially 114,000 plus. Tesla's looking pretty good here. Could be looking for more upside as long as we don't end up losing essentially 350. Like I said, I want to see 350 hold. If so, we could be looking for new highs on Tesla. Nvda is, like I said before, like the headlines are saying, it's invincible. It's very, very resilient. We dipped quite a bit only to make a full V-shaped recovery. If we can't hold 180, it could turn back down to 178. But as long as we're above 180, we're going to be favoring 184 all over again, an attempt for all-time highs to be retested. Apple's looking decent. There is a gap below, though, so it might come down and retest 230 flats, and we'll see if we bounce. We need to lose 229 to dip to 227. As long as we're above this, we're favoring consolidation and then attempts to go higher. AMD, for those who are interested in this looks more bullish. Look for a test of 168. If we break this, we're looking for 170. Nvidia might help this push. Coinbase could be favoring the gap fill for 318. If we hold above 314, so look for 314, then 318 is our targets. Amazon is consolidating, but we're favoring 230 plus. Meta is in the middle. If we end up losing essentially 737.5, we're looking bearish. Might be dipping towards 742, and we'll see if we bounce. Google might be retesting 206, and we'll see if we bounce off this or not. I do think it might tip a little bit. Microsoft is also likely going to be testing 510. If that breaks, we're looking for a attempt for 515. So there's some upside potential in this, at least nonetheless. The VIX is dumping and might continue to fall back down to 14 or below, and that's once again a very, very bullish sign. For now, the market looks strong, but I need to see SPY break 647.5. If we hold that, then yes, we're looking for a breakout. We still need confirmation. Tesla's doing well. We're getting bought back up. We did dip yesterday, but now we're just getting bought back up with Nvidia in the markets. If 350 holds, we could be going higher, all the way back up towards 355 again. We could even try to break out higher. I just want to see 350 hold for 4 hours. If so, yes, we'll be going higher. If it doesn't hold, we could retest the lows from yesterday. So I want to see Tesla break out here. Let's see how well we end up holding up. Thank you for listening, guys, and peace out.